Yo, what is up, my Shadow Armies? It is I, Shadow Critias, back again with another anime review video. So, yes, today I'm gonna review the manga and the anime of that I just got done rewatching, and the first time I read the manga version, and that is, well, Another. And it's been 4 years since I watched that anime, back when I used to be called Lion Star, and the view of that wasn't that great. Like, it was like very low, like 7 views. I was young back then. I was young before I had this many subscribers, and before I became more creative of my editing skills and all that. And ever since I got the manga of Another, I want to see how different it is compared to the anime. And there's some few, not a lot, but there's something I want to go over. And I usually don't rewatch other anime. That doesn't always get me invested more often. But since I've been rewatching Devilman Crybaby multiple times way back, and also rewatching My Hero Academia and RWBY because, well, new season or whatever, so I have no right to judge of me not rewatching any anime. So I decided to go back and rewatch the Another after I got done reading the manga. So if you guys have not seen the anime or read the manga, this will contain spoilers for those people who have never seen it or never heard of it or whatever, or read the manga in general. Basically, this anime has thriller, mystery, and horror. Some people say it's not horror, but it has that feel, it has that element of the animation, the theme, all of it. It has that feeling in a way. So basically, the story is about, in a spring of 1998, Koichi is a transfer student into third year class 3 at Yomirama, I said it right, North Middle School. But little does he know, his new class has a horrible secret. When he took his seat in the class for the first day of school, Koichi sees unsettling by his fearful classmates. Depend on this circumstance, he come across this young, beautiful, one-eye patch girl named Mei Masaki, another classmate of his. But the closer he gets to her, the more mystery she and their class became. And when a fellow student dies in a disturbing death, in the first of a long chain of deaths, Koichi seeks to learn the truth behind the curse of the third year class 3. But can he get the answer before the curse kills him? So basically, the event started of this curse of third year class 3 happened the events of 1972. And this takes place in 1998, so basically 15 or 10 years. And Koichi was born after he gave birth. His mother passed away after he gave birth, and he lives with his grandparents on his mother's side, along with his auntie, his mother's sister, while his father is at India, which is in America, in a college. How hot as hell it is. And when I rewatched the anime, I felt uncomfortable because, yeah, that they being a bit of a sus, and it felt like, okay, I never had that feeling when I first watched it, but when I rewatched it again, I had that feeling now. But the manga goes a lot more in depth than the anime, and it has something that doesn't show in the anime, but they show a little something base of the manga. And basically, the more in depth Koichi goes into, the more they decided to not talk to him anymore and makes him be the pretender or like he doesn't exist anyway, just like May, who's also doesn't exist, and he thought she was a ghost, but apparently no, she is a real life person. They just don't see her, they just pretend she never existed, because they think it helps of this curse of this incident doesn't happen, because it only happened each per year, every single per year in April to May. No, it only happens in May, because spring is on April and then summer comes in. So basically it happens only once per year, and on May or April, I can't remember. And the more in depth he goes into, the more that he tries to find out, like, okay, who is the dead one? Who's actually the one that brought back from the dead? And the only way to stop it is to kill the person that was brought back from the dead. Basically, send the dead back from death, basically. And that happens every single year. Only one person came back from the dead, and they know the person, you know, because when the person died that was brought back from the dead and sent back to death again, they don't remember the person anymore, basically. And only the people who still know the person. That's basically how it went. And it always happened during the trip. The trip of the monastery, I think that's what it's called. And that's where it all started. The events actually happened during the trip in 1972. And people think, oh, it's the transfer student. Nope. And the ending of the series and the manga, all the students just go batshit crazy. And the thing is, May, she has to be the one. She's had to be the one that brought back from the dead, because of her eye. Her eye is not normal. She's not complete, because her eye is basically a doll. Like, yeah, her actual eye is basically a doll eye. And in the manga, it's completely gruesome, because we do get to see similar deaths. Like, one character gets stabbed in the throat by the umbrella, and the teacher gets stabbed by committed suicide by stabbing himself in the throat in front of the class. That actually happened based on the manga, but the character design looks different and along the way. And this basically all the classmates fall for not telling Koichi about, you know, everything, because he needs to know, but decided not to say anything or tell him anything, which that's their fault for him being curious and go in depth to it, because if y'all already told him this shit would never happen, but apparently y'all didn't, so that's their fault that they get killed. And there's like a love interest, like not love interest, a love romance between Koichi and May, because you can see it there, and you're hoping they could end up be together in a way, but apparently that never happened. They just became more close friends and have each other's back, basically. And what else I could say? It's basically fucked up, and this anime is the final destination, because when you watch it from the beginning to end, you start to get the Final Destination vibe. And here's the difference: the Final Destination, the death doesn't stop. Like, no matter what you try to end it, it will come back in a few months, like a month or two or a week later or whatever. It will still come back. But this anime, it only takes once per year, and it only could kill like a little bit of students. But in the anime, it took 10 lives this year. But because in the before all this, 7 students do get killed, but in this one, 10 people dead. But the first 3 doesn't count, so 7 students will die each per year anyway. And the ending is completely different than the manga, which I will get into that later. But the characters who live and died, the amounts of people, because keep this in mind, 20 students and 2 teachers, right? Okay, in the manga, 6 character live and 15 character dies. And in the anime, 10 characters lived and 12 people died. So that's different. So and also there's another thing I want to bring up. The kid with the glasses and blue hair, he dies in the anime, but in the manga he lives. He doesn't go full on murderous spree and killing people, because he killed 2 students in the anime and tried to kill the main character. And the ponytail girl, Izumi, that's her name, she lived, but she tried to kill Mei, but she didn't die. In the anime, she did die by having glass stabbing her in the head. In the anime, she did die, but in the manga, she lives, but she got a haircut in the manga version. So those 2 characters live in the manga, but they die in the anime version. Because like, hey, let's kill off those 2 based on the manga and have the other 2 students are friends with man, God, I forgot his name now. Koichi? Yeah, there you go, Koichi. Those 2 boys, yeah, let them live. The other 2 that live in the manga, nah, kill them. And other few students, like I think, wait, 2, 4, 5, 6. Like few students lived in the anime. So yeah, few students that got out of the building that was blown up, they live, but in the manga, almost the entire student died, except 6 in the manga, plus the teacher, which that makes 5 students and 1 teacher, makes him 6. And later on, the more they go in depth to, okay, who did it? Who is the dead one? Again, like I said, all the students went back shit crazy. The thing is Mei, but it's not. Mei could tell that that person is, well, the one is dead. Could tell that's the person brought back from the dead. She thinks, oh, it's not you, it's not other students, it's certainly not me. And later on in the ending of the manga and the anime, she knows who the person is. She knows who that actually is the dead one that needs to be sent back from the dead. I mean, sent back from death in general. And that person is Reiko, Koishi's auntie. She's the one that brought back from the dead. And doesn't make sense. How is she dead? How is she brought back from the dead? He doesn't remember that she died. The one thing he remembered that his mother died. And there's a theory saying that maybe she was the mother that she gave birth to him. Well, that was the case, but apparently that deconfirms it, because in the manga, his mother did die from birth, and now that deconfirmed it. Because in the anime and the manga, Koichi did look up to his auntie as actual mother figure in a way. So yeah, so basically she is the dead one that needs to be sent back to death, basically. So Koichi killed his auntie, saying that goodbye auntie, goodbye Ryuku, goodbye mother. Which some people say that he said that because he looked up to her as a mother, or that's basically his actual mother. Which we honestly don't know, because that is the mystery. So we honestly do not know in general. And yeah, and it's one hell of a ride, and it's also fucked up because, again, it's the Final Destination in anime, but a little bit different and a little bit twist. And remember I mentioned about the ending? The ending is different than the manga. The anime, Koichi asks, is it over? And that's where the episode ends, but there's an end credit where the 2 boys that I mentioned made a disc, a recording that they made to let the next generation know about how to prevent this casualty, this death that is going to happen each per year or the next generation if anyone can find it anyway. So the two boys made a disc that they record and hid it in the same location where they found the tape. So they hid it so if anyone wants to know how to end it, or in a way. So that's where it ends. So that shows that it's not over. It's never over. It's gonna happen each per year. That's basically it. Everyone dies each per year, which means if anyone in the school, doesn't matter who, is the dead one, needs to be sent back to death, aka send the dead back to death anyway. And not only the students do get killed or the teachers, if anybody are connected to the students, they will also be killed, like friends, family, siblings, those students, yeah, those people. Basically everyone they know and love will also die as well. So there's that. And what else? Oh yeah, the ending, I forgot to mention the manga version. In the manga version, the only thing you see is Mei and Koichi just talking and see a world that is finally over, but the ending shows the school, because the anime doesn't show the school at the ending. The last time you do get to see the school is, well, that's it, from the trip. And the characters say, hey Masaki, let's go see the art museum in Tokyo someday. I'm thinking of going to in a art school for college. So, okay, sure. And that's where we see the last two characters, and it showed us the school, each location, and you hear the sound of the school bell. Ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding. And the only thing you see in the manga, two shadowy figures. One is the light one, and one is the pitch black one. And people, and this one big question is, who is the casualty? And who is the dead one? Basically saying who is the dead one, basically. And that's where the manga ends. So, basically saying it's not over. It's never over. And all I can say is, fuck, I forgot how dark it was. The one two thing it was so gruesome was, two characters get stabbed in the throat. That just, ugh. I had to look away from that. I forgot how gruesome that was. The other death was kind of fucked up. Some character committed suicide. Some people fall from the building and just they hit their head, but their body just like gone limb. Like kind of like the horror movie. The one girl have her entire back lean back and have her hand touch the ground. In a way, like walking both of their arms and legs. Yeah, instead one of the character hit their head and the body just gone limb, not the whole body fall to the ground. Some character gets a lot of gruesome deaths here and there. Stabbed in the throat, back in the throat, in the back, chest, whatever gruesome death you could think of. And it's just non-stop, man. Hell, there's some hanging, there's a lot of fucked up shit. Any imaginable death that you could think of. It's so fucked up. And again, it's like the Final Destination, but only in school in a way. So basically, the students who getting killed, the people they know are also getting killed. Basically, their family, their loved ones all get killed as well, which is kind of dark. And I don't know what else I could say about this anime. And again, some people say it's not horror, but it has that element where you watch it or read it, or when you listen to the theme, it is kind of fucking horror in a way. But it's a thriller, but it's just a thriller and a mystery anime in a way. And I don't know what else I could say about this anime and the manga. But if you ask me which one I prefer the most in a way, I don't know. That is hard to say. I mean, the manga adds something that never showed in the anime, of course, because somehow each animation studio just don't want to add something in based from the manga. They just want to add something to it or just add a bit short. Because the anime has 12 episodes and the manga version has how many freaking chapters? I mean, how many pages? 717 pages, and it has 20 chapters, 717 pages, and they both go with each period, the first period, the second period, the third period, and the fourth period of story arcs in a way. And yeah, if I had to say which one I actually enjoyed the most, that just felt horrified and got in my toes, I would say the anime. But if I say if I had to say which that keeps me entertained of the story and the lore and the mystery, I would say the manga. So it's hard to say. It's basically the 50-50 between both in general. So I don't know what else I can say about this anime. All in all, it's a really dark. If you guys are interested in a thriller, mystery, and have that horror element, I highly recommend you guys go check out this anime. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channels, my social media will be down below the description box. You guys know the drill. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before Shadow Critias, and I'll see you guys later.